So boom, Full Metal Alchemist has plenty of conflict in the anime itself. I mean, you got this man Scar killing people who didn't even participate in the Ishvalan War. He just says, oh yeah, you got that Amestrian blood running through you. It's raps. It's on sight. You got a 6-foot, not burnt face Zuko getting his get back on both homunculi. I mean, like, this dude had so much beef with one of the homunculi, he was about to lose his humanity. He wanted to light him up, and rightfully so, because if Envy did that to my bro, it's up. It's raps. He's done for. But nobody talks about the beef between Greed and King Bradley himself. So hold on, let me get my pen, let me get my paper. I'm finna start moving like Shakespeare with the words I'm about to spout, Bob Ross with the paintings, and let me paint a picture for you about Greed and King Bradley's beef. So the scene opens up. We got Greed chilling with Alphonse and this girl that I low-key forgot her name, and I literally just finished Full Metal Alchemist like a few days ago. And Greed and the girl are trying to fold and get away because the king of a nation pulled up, and I'm not gonna hold you. If I'm in their position, no matter how strong I am, I'm folding too. You're telling me the king of the nation is coming to my sewer just to slime me out? I'm gone. Moving to Dubai, changing my name, changing everything about me. I'll get plastic surgery on my face just to look different. But you know, when a man pulls up to a fade with a smile on his face, the outcome just can't be good. This man starts walking up to Greed being cocky and all, and Greed's like, bet, I'll meet you with that same cockiness, and gets his hand chopped off. This man then proceeds to look at his hand saying, yo, did y'all viewers just see that? Then King Bradley steps in, starts making this man hit a dance routine. He's doing a cha-cha slide, going up, down, left, right, 2 steps this time, gets shoulder checked like he's in the NFL. Greed goes in for an Epo level swing, but this man weaves the attack, loses his eye patch in the process though, but then stabs him in the neck.
You young whippersnappers may continue to call me Unc and Gramps, but back in my day we didn't have gooning, regenerative abilities, or even social media.
This man Bradley takes his swords out, bro, and leaves him sliding to his knees and hitting the floor, leaving him turning around and looking up at him and telling Greed to say da-da. Say da-da. And this man hits him with one of the coldest stare down, saying, yo, how many times am I gonna have to kill you before you actually stay dead? I'm trying to get you off this map, and I'm trying to go home to my wife and kids, something you don't have. Greed comes walking out of the shadows looking like he won a battle, but he's missing an arm. He's been through hell and back, till he looks at Alphonse and is like, yeah, I'm finna be on this ground in a moment. And he hits that junk with a sword in his neck. Bradley takes the sword out of bro and throws the blood off, acting like there won't be more blood on it in 3 seconds. 2 frogs pull up thinking they finna get some crazy screen time in a crazy fight and save the day. One dude gets split like a fraction, and this other guy gets turned into steak tips. Money, women, greed. Money, women, greed. Money, women, greed, greed, greed. Greed saying you slimed out 2 of my boys is cool. They property. I can just get some new property, but listen to this. You took property from me, so I'm gonna have to slime you out now. Who's gonna tell bro he's not sliming him out? Bradley speed blitzes bro. He's in the air doing backflips for no reason till he comes down, hits him with that shit. And they going at it left and right. Greed's looking like he's on par. They look like 2 kids playing at one of them water parks till that man Bradley hits him with a spin move backwards stab. Can we just talk about the look back as well? He had no reason to spin and stab him while not staring at his face. He's just showing him the difference in their power at this point. And bro leaves Greed on the ground telling him to stay put. Mid-fight, if my opponent's telling me stay put, I'm taking myself out of this earth because I'm not being disrespected like that. I'm airing the whole spot out, and if he survives that, then I'm airing myself out. So he walks over to Alphonse and he's like, yeah, you know, you got a little bit of Greed's property chilling in you right now, and since I'm taking his life, why not take this junk as well? And I don't even know why she tried to fight it. She controls Alphonse to try to make him choke King Bradley. King Bradley pokes his sword through the little crack and she's cooked. She's gone. So this man Bradley takes Greed all the way back to the father, the creator of the homunculi, and he's like, we gon' cook you, twin. Drops him in a huge lava pit. Father then drinks him and takes him back into his body. Now this is where the Greed beef starts to get generational, because a new Greed is created through Ling when they're in the father's territory, absolutely being dominated. Like, they stood no chance. I don't even know how they made it out of here. But Ling Yao is actually turned into the new Greed, and his memories don't seem to be carrying over. But this man King Bradley didn't colonize correctly. He didn't steal all of Greed's property. This man left Baba Yaga the Chimera still running and breathing on this earth, and I wish that he was actually slimed out, because he was the most chopped out of every single chimera. But he latches on to the bottom of the soldier's car and follows them all the way back to Central. This man's hearing all the secrets about the Immortal Legion they got chilling, and he's like, yo, I gotta go. They finna get me gone. I know too much. And that's when he runs into Greed himself. Man, how do you not know who I am? It's the same one from years ago. Snakes in the grass, man. You dirty snake. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You not bands, cars, houses, or girls, so I don't even need you. You're really him. Yeah, sir. I'm that homeboy that still owes 20 bands. I still owe you 20 bands, 2 legs, 2 arms, and 3 2-mans. And yet you still want to borrow more. So Greed's like, hold on. How'd you know the next thing I was finna say? And he starts having a little flashback. So he baits this dude into thinking that he actually remembers him, and Greed hits him with a shink right through his stomach, letting him die, and saying, yeah, nah, that's an old Greed. I'ma see you later though, twin. So this man drops his old piece of property to the ground, but then he starts having flashbacks about all of the people, and his hands start shaking. He straight drops to the ground and he's out of breath, looking like he just got done doing the pacer test 5 times in a row. Ling starts scolding bro so hard he's straight tweaking out. He's seeing all his friends and he's like, yo, they're not property. Those were my bros. He's seeing that King Bradley slimed each and every single one of them out. So we see him holding Baba Yaga, and now he's heated. King Bradley's just chilling in his crib reading the daily newspaper while the mother's talking to Salim about books on the shelf. King Bradley looks up and then his wife and Salim follow, and he's like, yo, who's pulling up to my crib at this hour after I'm done reading this newspaper? We were supposed to go back and we were supposed to give Salim a little brother, if you know what I mean. And the door slowly opens and Greed is standing there with a guard in his hand. He drops that guard and he looks at Bradley like he's panting. He had nothing else on his agenda. His only goal for today was to pull up to King Bradley's home and get him gone. He's a victim, bro, from his own crib. He starts running at him. All you can see is the whites in his eyes, and they straight up just clash.
Who are you here? You young whippersnappers can't appreciate property anymore, you dirty boy.
Bradley's wife then knocks a cup over. This man parries and jumps over his head. Greed then lands on the fireplace, but this man Bradley gets to poking at him, making him dance again. His hips are moving like Shakira. He throws a plate, completely missing, gets to running, and Bradley throws his sword like a spear. Bradley takes that junk out the wall and slices him in the stomach. Perilous attack, but Greed kicks his sword out the way. This man goes in for a grab and throws him all the way across the coffee table. Grabs his sword midair and steps on both of his arms and goes in for the slash. But just in time, Greed hits him with that ultimate shield and completely breaks the sword. Greed then takes this opportunity to jump out the window and he's on feet. He ain't even looking back at Bradley. For Bradley, his son, his dame, I'm sorry. He broke in. The guards couldn't hold him. We didn't know what to do. Please don't end my life.
I'm sending him down to hell. You wanna be his +1, bro, Chacho?
And if you thought for a second that Greed was gonna end on this loss, you got it wrong. It's like those hoopers who say, I can't leave until I make this shot, and they the same dudes out there shooting for 5 hours. At least they're still shooting because Greed pulls back up. So let me break it down for you real quick. We changing the canvas. We ain't on the same painting anymore. We're on the final painting. We on that Salvatore Mundi. If you know, you know. And yes, I looked up Leonardo da Vinci's last painting just so I could say this line. Don't even hate on me for that. But so boom. And you just know when someone says so boom, the story's finna be crazy. So boom, since this video isn't on the promised day or any specific arc in general, I'm just gonna skip to what's going on, but here's a quick debrief. So basically the father of all homunculi said, I'm killing everybody, killing the whole world. I'm making them all philosopher's stones so I can have the power of God. I do gotta wait for that eclipse though. So they're fighting before the eclipse. Bradley gets word that he needs to head back to Central, so he's on a train. Boom, 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 boom. They line up his train with Minecraft TNT and they blow that junk to the ground. Whole world's in shock and panic because they're like, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Our Führer is dead. Till bro pulls up on the front lines, not a bit of fear in his face. This man runs in, they start shooting at him. This man blocks every single bullet. They shoot one of the big bullets at him. I'm talking the same thing that Juggernaut was holding in Fire Force, but this man slices clean through that junk. This is a singular dude and he has a whole tank backing up into the building rolling up because it's scared of him. Even this man's weaving the glass when he's running into the building. This man could have let the junk cut him. He probably wouldn't have even felt it, and he kills like 5 brig soldiers in the process, not even swinging his sword for us. They shoot another big explosion at bro, but he uses that explosion to fly closer to them and pierces is the driver. This man then starts cutting the tank up, making it lose control and it gets stuck against the wall. I don't know what this dude got out the top of the tank thinking his little pistol was gonna do. If this dude was blocking tank bullets, he's blocking tank missiles. He thought that little gun was gonna protect him and keep him safe. Bro, that 9mm gonna be the same reason you go to the afterlife, brody. He hits him with a spin move and cuts him up, dropping a bomb in the tank. And the last dude, they all gone. They all got cooked by one dude. King Bradley pulls up and he's just looking at everybody. He starts slow walking up. Captain Buccaneer's running and screaming at him like a big ape, a big fool. He weaves and cuts right through the dude's chest, absolutely speed blitz him. Captain Buccaneer goes in for a sneak attack, but he's screaming, moving like he's Black Star. I do not know why he's doing this. And King Bradley turns around, shing, cuts clean through his automail, leaving this dude falling face first to the ground. This man Bradley pulls up talking about your country's leader is back. If you don't let me through this door, you won't be in this country no more, little twin. But Lieutenant Fallman stands that ground. He ups his fire on him even though he's crying like a baby. But just like that, they hear a voice talking to him. They look behind them. They're like, yo, where's this dude at? Until King Bradley starts to look up and we got Greed chilling on the top of the building.
Whippersnapper. Let me go ahead and show you why Jordan's a better player than LeBron.
That take was so bad it almost made me fall out of love with money. But yeah, forget the money. The only thing I want right now is your life for that horrid take. Greed steps off of the roof and he hits the ground like a 2-ton man. Greed switches over to Ling Yao and Ling Yao's talking to Lieutenant Fallman saying, oh yeah, I remember you. So you know what? I'm gonna get the king out of here for you. You know what I'm saying? I owe you one. And oh yeah, I got a score to settle. They both start running in at each other, hit each other with a deflection. This man, Lieutenant Fallman's looking left, right. He's looking forward, then up. Greed hits a useless backflip, lands. Bradley's already in there. Weave, weave, and they just in there going at it for a minute till Bradley peeps that this man's hiding in his blind spots. Bradley takes his eye patch, throws it into the sky, goes flying into the battle, making Greed dance for the third time in their series of fights. This man, Greed and Bradley are moving like the Nuggets and Thunder 2 weeks ago, because in their playoff series, they were 2-1 with the Nuggets being up and the Nuggets being Bradley while the Thunder is Greed. This man Bradley still swinging at Greed and Greed's weaving each and every attack till he gets pinned up against the wall and he has to switch to deflecting, and this man Bradley just ends up cutting the whole wall. They start unloading fire at Bradley, but this man Bradley starts weaving each and every bullet like he's hitting one of them dance moves at those dance arcade games and cuts through all 3 Briggs soldiers. Bradley flips his sword to see Captain Buccaneer pulling up and he's hitting him with another screaming sneak attack, but Bradley just weaves that junk and stabs him through the gut. Bradley peeps he can't pull his sword out though, and Captain Buccaneer goes for an attack, but Bradley weaves that junk, leaving his sword stuck in his stomach. Greed goes running in trying to get the jump on him because he has no weapons, but he knocks him back with 2 daggers. This dude's moving like Sung Jin Woo before there was a Sung Jin Woo. This man Fu runs in going at it with Bradley, hitting him with speed attacks and jumps away.
I'm an old man too, but I'll kill you. Also, you took my granddaughter's arm, so I'll really kill you.
This man Bradley is 1v2ing Greed and Fu. We need to get somebody else on the court because clearly these guys ain't cutting it right now. And this man Bradley takes Fu's weapon by throwing it into the sky, giving him a new weapon to use, and then breaks that junk. Bradley cuts Fu's head without Fu realizing, but when he peeps he's been cut, he looks down and Bradley's already in front of him and he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, tell my granddaughter I love her, bro. Yeah, young master, young lord, man. I'll see you in the afterlife, cuz it's over. He takes a slash to the gut and he goes flying back. When Bradley goes in for the final strike on old man Fu, this man Greed uses his cyberware from Cyberpunk and takes him sliding out of the way. He's never moved this fast before. Old man Fu's standing on his last leg, so he's like, there's only one more thing I can do here, and it's sacrifice my life. So he hits Greed in his back, making him drop to the floor. He's like, Greed, make sure Ling doesn't get up because he gonna try to stop me. And he goes running into Bradley. He got bombs chilling all in his pants. This man's about to go crazy and he ends up getting every single tip of the bomb completely sliced off. He didn't even get hit with the Majin Vegeta treatment. At least Majin Vegeta got to explode. He may have not done anything with that explosion, but at least he went out thinking he did something. But just as it looks like old man Fu really is about to get the Majin Vegeta treatment, Captain Buccaneer takes the sword that was in his stomach and stabs it through Fu stabbing it through Bradley as well. Bradley kicks both Old Man Fu and Captain Buccaneer off of him, but it's too late cause he looks and Greed's already coming flying through and absolutely breaks through his sword. And not only does he break through the sword, he cuts through his eye, removing his ultimate eye from his possession. Bradley and Greed are still going at it. He kicks this man into the wall, then cuts through the wall. Greed attacks, but he weaves, knees him in the stomach, then shoulder checks him through the wall. Lan Fang catches them before they fall, but King Bradley's still holding on to Greed's arm till, you know, a break soldier pulls up, pops him. He still gets a sword thrown in his shoulder. You know, King Bradley wasn't going out without a fight, and he drops into the water. And real deal, I was hoping Greed was the last one to get an attack on King Bradley because he wasn't even the one to put King Bradley to shame. Nobody honestly even put King Bradley to shame. This man really went out on his own accord, which was very disappointed. I wanted somebody to slime dude out. But let me know if y'all rock with that video, and just let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see next, any specific anime. I would have had to see it, of course. Right now I'm watching Soul Eater though, Gurren Lagann next, Death Note next. I'm gonna watch all those. I might make more videos on Fullmetal Alchemist. I want to do AOT, but Bucket Hat Splash is dropping that season 2 video, so I really don't want to drop it because last time I had a season 1 video that came out before his, this dude was calling me a clone. So, you know, yeah, I might still make that season 2 video for y'all. But this summer, bro, Dandadan, Gachiakta, however you pronounce it, bro. Everybody says it different ways. Y'all better be ready because I'm going to be cooking up on those, bro. This will be the first time I'm here for an airing anime that's hype. So y'all going to be seeing a lot from me. But until then, I'll catch y'all in the next one.